Solution of linear inequalities. In this lesson, we are going to study multiplication and division rules for solving linear inequalities. Rule number 1 is whenever we multiply or divide a positive number on both sides of a linear inequality, the inequality does not change its direction. It stays the same. Rule number 2. If we multiply or divide a negative number on both sides of linear inequality, the inequality alters its direction. The smaller becomes greater, greater becomes smaller. So let's make some experiment with this linear inequality. 2 is less than 3. We know that 2 lies to the left of 3. Therefore, 2 is less than 3. What happens if we multiply a negative number on both sides? Like 2 multiply by minus 1 and 3 multiply by minus 1. What would be the inequality sign here in this box? And if we multiply 2 with minus 2 and we multiply 3 with minus 2, we are multiplying the same negative number on both sides of linear inequality, and we want to see if you can find out that what would be the linear inequality here. Let's multiply minus 3 on both sides, fill in this linear inequality sign, and 3 times minus 3. According to rule number 2, whenever we multiply a negative number on both sides, the inequality must change its sign. Therefore, this smaller than 2 is less than 3 will become 2 is minus 2 is greater than minus 3. So this will become greater than, and all these signs will become greater than because we are multiplying a negative number. And you can see on the number line, if we draw a number line here, we can find out that this is 0 and this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is minus 1, this is minus 2, this is minus 3. For this first inequality, where is minus 2? The minus 2 is right here. This is minus 2. And where is minus 3? Minus 3 is further this way. So minus 3 is less than minus 2. In other words, you can say minus 2 is to the right of minus 3, or minus 2 is greater than minus 3. So that is the case. But what happens to the same inequality, 2 is less than 3, if we were to multiply a positive number? Let's say that 2 and 3 we multiply plus 1 on both sides. The inequality wouldn't change. This would still stay the same. 2 times 2 and 3 times 2, because the multiplication is being done with a positive number on both sides, so it's not changing its direction. And here we multiply with 3. 2 times 3 is still less than 3 times 3. So we see that whenever we multiply a linear inequality with a positive number, the inequality does not change. Whenever we multiply a linear inequality with a negative number, it changes its direction. Same thing is with the division. If we have, let's say 4 is less than 6. Obviously 4 is less than 6. But if we divide with a negative number, which is, let's say that we divide it by minus 2. So 4 divided by minus 2 and 6 divided by minus 2. What would be 4 divided by minus 2? The result would be minus 2. And when 6 is divided by minus 2, what would be the result? Minus 3. So now Which one is greater, minus 2 or minus 3? Obviously, if we draw a line, real line again, minus 2 comes to the right and minus 3 is further left. Therefore, minus 2 is greater than minus 3. See, the inequality has changed. What it means is that division of linear inequality with a negative number alters its direction. But if we have the same inequality, 4 is less than 6, and we divide with a positive number 2, 4 divided by 2 and 6 divided by 2, this will become 2, this will become 3, and obviously 3 is to the right of 2, therefore 2 is less than 3, and here will be less than 3 as well. So it's clear, and we can verify this fact again by the real line, that this is 2, this is 3, and 2 is less than 3. So this is clear and crystal that whenever we have a linear inequality and we multiply or divide it with a positive number, the inequality stays the same. I mean, it does not change its direction. If we multiply or divide with a negative number, it changes its direction. The smaller becomes greater, greater becomes smaller. So we will solve this question we are given here. Here the question is that minus 5 times 3.2 plus 2.3z. So given inequality, given linear inequality is minus 5 times 3.2 plus 2.3z, and which is less than or equal to minus 2 times minus 1.5 z minus 4.75. And now first we apply the distributive law and perform the necessary multiplications to remove brackets. And we know from the previous lesson what steps we need to take. Step 1 is that if there is something in the denominator, we multiply or divide we multiply with the LCM, least common multiple, to get rid of any denominator, but there is no number in the denominator here. Therefore, we skip that step. Multiplication of LCM, multiplication of LCM. That step we don't need to do because there is nothing in the denominator. Step 2 is remove brackets. Remove brackets, and that's what we are doing. And for removing brackets, we need to multiply, and we will use distributive property. So minus 5 times 3.2 plus minus 5 times 2.3z. 2.3z is less or equal to 2 will multiply with minus 1.5z and minus 2 will multiply with 4.75. So now minus 5 times 3.2. Minus 5 times 3.2 will be equal to 16. So here it is 16 minus 11.5z, 0.5z less than or equal to 2 times minus 1.5 will become minus 3z, and minus 2 times 4.75 will become minus 9.5. So we have removed the brackets, and now we want to, in the next step, we want to have variables or unknowns on one side and knowns on the other side. So step 3, known on one side, known on one side and unknown on other side. So let's do that. In order to move minus 3z from right side and to make it appear on the left side, what we do is we are going to add its additive inverse, that is plus 3z, and here we add plus 3z as well. So which will result in 16 minus 11.5 plus 3z will be equal to minus 8.5z, less than or equal to, this will become minus 3z plus 3z will become 0, and then minus 9.5. So this is addition on the right side. So now we have the inequality 16 minus 8.5z less than or equal to minus 9.5. Now z appears only on left side, but still there is 16 on left side. We don't want to see it on the left side, we want to see it on the right side. So what is the strategy, how we can make it disappear? By adding its inverse. So minus 16 here and minus 16 over here. This will again make 16 disappear from the left side, giving us minus 8.5z less than or equal to minus 9.5 minus 16 would become minus 25.5. Minus 25.5. This is addition on the right side. So now in pair we have got the linear inequality in simplified form, which says minus 8.5z is less than or equal to minus 25.5. Now we have to divide on both sides by minus 8.5 in order to isolate z, because in our strategy step number 4 is isolate z, isolate variable. So that is z, and in order to isolate z we are going to divide both sides by minus 8.5. But if we divide it by minus 8.5, that will when we divide both sides by minus 8.5 minus 8.5, what happens? Remember the rules. The inequality will change its direction. Therefore, we are going to say minus 8.5z divided by minus 8.5 will become greater than minus are equal to greater than minus 25.5 divided by minus 8. So this will be equal to z. Now the left hand side will become z greater or equal to minus 25.5 divided by minus 8.5. Sorry, this was 8.5. This would be 3 here. So now we have this solution on the number line. If we want to draw it on the number line, we have 0 here, 1 here, 2 here, and 3 here. Now the reference value is 3, and because 3 itself is part of the solution, therefore we draw a solid circle here, and then z is to the right of 3. Therefore we make this line here and indicating that z is greater than or equal to 3. Or if we want to express it in the form of interval, on the left side it's 3, and it is because 3 is included in it, therefore the interval from the left will be closed because 3 is included in the solution. And to the right it just continues go on, and it goes to infinity, and it will be open from the right side. Everything greater than 3 or even equal to 3 is part of the solution. If we have, let's say, in this region lies 4. So if you want to verification, in verification you can place any number from this region. Let's say the number 4 or 5, whatever you want to place. If you want to place number 4 in this, you go ahead and place minus 5 times minus 5 times 3.2 plus 2.3 plus 2.3 times whatever number from this region you can substitute. Let's say that you do 4 is less than 2 times minus 1.5, and for z we are getting the number 4 minus 4.75, and now you can use calculator to multiply 2.3 times 4 will be equal to 9.2, and 9.2 plus 3.2 will be equal to 12.4 times minus 5 will be equal to minus 62. So minus 62 would be on this side, and that is less than. On the other side what we have is minus 1.5 times 4 equal to minus 6 minus 4.75 is equal to minus 10, that is times 2 is equal to minus 21.5 minus 21.5, and that inequality is true. This is true, therefore any point from this region is a solution. So this is all about solution of linear inequalities in one variable.